Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. So, last time we did some cleanup in Blighttown. We found Laurentius and Siegmeyer, and we also found Quilana, a mysterious pyromancy teacher. I can words. Good start. So now, there is one place that I've kind of been putting off, isn't there? Today, we are going to journey into the Demon Ruins. We were here briefly back when we met Quelaag and got a little something on our heads. So, of course, I am going to be very careful to not anger all of these guys over here. Let's see what this place is about. Now, most of these guys will ignore you, but then the ones down here, I believe, are the ones that actually start chasing you once they notice you. That said, they're really slow, so it's not exactly all that dangerous. Guess that's what happens when you have a giant sack of eggs on you. So yeah, let's take a look at this place while these guys slowly crawl towards me. It's quite foreboding, really. Are you making that noise? Quite possibly. Ugh, never heard that before. But we see what are obviously some Grecian ruins, perhaps, and then veins of lava, as well as roots that look to be from the trees from above. Sort of an interesting superstructure over here, too. We definitely seem to be in some sort of cave, but the way that a lot of this stone looks is really quite interesting. Of course, we come out over this way, and I do apologize for this awful bloom here. You're kind of gonna have to get used to it, unfortunately. I don't know why. I don't know whose decision this was in the original game to make lava be so ridiculously bloomy. Now, all that said, we appear to have reached a dead end here. There's not much we can do, and I assure you, this lava will kill us fast. So, hey, that was quick. Unfortunately for us, there is another path. We're not done with this place quite yet. God, all of the incidental noises around here just... Ugh. You can tell that this is not a very good place. Unfortunately for us, it's not a very good gameplay place either, but that's kind of more towards the later parts. Honestly, the Demon Ruins themselves aren't so bad. It's what comes next that sort of lives in infamy. We do actually see a lot more down here. It's pretty clear we're gonna want to go down to that bridge at some point. And there's even a path over there, so who knows? Maybe we'll find some way across. Come to this weird dais that for some reason you can't stand on. I don't really know why that is. I guess it's just too big, really. Unknown. That's probably another player. Interesting name to give yourself. Kind of gives away that this is a boss, but I think we'll take this on our own, at least for now. Now, of course, we were able to see over into this arena, and it's really more of like a long path than anything else. If you couldn't see the fog door, which we are now trapped behind, you might not even realize that it's a boss arena at all, in fact. Of course, there was something that was kind of looming over the horizon. May have given you some pause the first time you came through here. Walk around these bits. I almost jump off the cliff, and yeah, there it is. Of course, I don't hear any boss music, and it doesn't look like it's trying to kill me, at least not yet. So, hey, let's take a look at all of this noise-making thing here. There does appear to be a face right there. And, God. I do love the way that all of this guy's tentacles kind of just float on in the distance. There's no way that you can possibly see what they're connected to until you actually come in here. Still, he doesn't seem to be bothering anyone right now. Of course, if you played Dark Souls for this long, you probably know what's about to happen. Ceaseless Discharge. He's large, and quite possibly in charge. You can sort of smack at him when he slams his arms down like that, or his tentacle bits, but I kind of have a different idea. I thought there was a drop down here. Huh, guess not. So, of course, he is following us. This is one of those really weird fights that can be very difficult to figure out what the trick to it is. But if you run back over this way, he will start chasing you. And if you look over this edge... Oh dear. If you look over this edge, this lava field doesn't last forever. And he can't actually reach us. Unless he jumps over towards us. And doing so makes him fall into that pit. I think this is one of those really cool little things that you can do, but I do kind of wish that it was more clearly shown off in some way. I'm not really sure how you would design it to make this a little bit more obvious, but at the same time, yeah. If you run off back to the door, basically you get to this cliff point where Ceaseless Discharge cannot follow you because of the cliff that we can kind of see in the distance here. But he doesn't give up. No, he jumps over here and can crush you if you're not careful. But if you don't, but if he misses you, he will not actually be able to hold on. And after several swings, you send him falling into the abyss and he dies. It's one of the more interesting kind of like scripted boss type encounters, and while I didn't show off all of the attacks he has, most of them are basically smash and explode and all that. So it's honestly the best way to experience the fight. Let's see what he was protecting there. He certainly got mad when we started touching it. Oh, I got a little extra estus for my troubles. I can words. What were these things? There we go. The gold-hemmed outfit. Worn by the witch Quana of Isolith, mother of pyromancy and daughter of chaos. She wore this gold-hemmed black cloak even before the Age of Fire, and it offers strong resistance versus fire, poison, and other perils. So, this belongs to Quana. Fancy that. Let's see. Not much different here. Nothing different here, so, yeah. Not too much. And one of the daughter of chaos. Interesting that they changed that. But either way, we do learn, again, kind of reinforce that Quana was the founder of pyromancy, as it were. And kind of odd that we found her cloak there. Kind of makes us wonder, because that was on a body. If we were to go back, kind of makes us wonder about the one that we're talking to here. If it's possible that she's perhaps more of an apparition than an actual physical form, which would explain why a lot of people couldn't see her. There you go. You can climb up these little things, but you can't climb up that. It's just so strange to me. Honestly, I think I'm actually going to pay her a visit. I only have 4 homeward bones. It's not that long. We have them. We have the extra souls now, so I might as well spend them on either some pyromancy or on some upgraded hand. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. She might even say something different to us. Guess we'll see.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you. Let us begin. Ah, I applaud your diligence. But what have you brought for me?
Alright. See if she has anything new to say.
The Witch of Ceaseless. Please, do not speak of her. I abandoned my mother and sisters and fled to this land. Now I roam these parts, feigning ablution and pretending to seek answers.
I can't remember if we heard that before. Either way, it's kind of a... I like that because this is really the first time that you hear her and she sounds like she has a sort of trepidation to her. It's a very revealing line about, you know, her relation with the Witch of Ceaseless and I guess how she feels, really, you know, like about the whole thing right now. And it's just, she's not a fan of thinking about her past like that. I mean, if she's dead and that giant thing was guarding her corpse, you can only wonder why. Or you can really just imagine why.
Pyromancy, but I would hate.
And one last time.
Pyromancy, but all I would hate.
Alright, let's see. Great Fireball seems decent. And I could buy Undead Rapport. I don't even know, like, the set of things that this works on. I doubt it'll work much in Demon Ruins. Just take Great Fireball. Goodness gracious. And we need 14,000 souls for that, so we'll probably put that on next time.
Now go. Whatever you do, do not crack and go hollow, lest my time spent on you be wasted.
There we go. We didn't buy anything from her before, so we didn't get that fun line. And I love that, how she's basically... Again, there's a lot of that casual arrogance in there. Quailana's great. And back. Alright, back to the Demon Ruins. We will likely be visiting Quailana a few more times because I know she has more dialogue. I just don't know what the exact triggers for are. I don't know what the exact triggers are for those changes. So, that said, it does seem like Ceaseless Discharge was the source of the lava that was coming up here, or at least kept fueling it in some way, because now we actually can traverse this former giant pool of lava. Hooray! Of course, you might have been able to see him through Bloom City over there, but, those things might look familiar, huh? Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look-see. Let's check them out. You see anything interesting down here? I'm kind of curious. There are buildings, and like I think this building as a whole is gonna look kind of familiar. This is our good friend the Tourist Demon, except there's like 20 of them. That's fun, right? I mean, honestly, it's not so bad just because we now have a much larger area to fight him in. And also our Zweihander hits him like a fucking truck. So, you'll notice there's items over there, but I am gonna save everyone some time and not go get them just yet. We'll be back up here. I do like the way that they place these demons here. It sort of connects this area to those early game enemies that you saw. And of course, you feel like a badass when you can take out the first boss in the game that you were probably stuck on for a while. Of double course, that wouldn't be the only demon they put here. Eh? That's right, baby. Capra demons as well. Again, these guys are not really so bad. They do hit pretty hard, though. Oh, fuck. Oh, I thought that might be a 3 combo. But, as you can see, I can kind of stun them very easily and 2-shot them with the Zweihander, so it makes you feel like a bit of a badass when you can finally take these guys. Either way, you will notice that there is a side path over here. That is a fair statement. Good thing we are human. And if we look down to where Ceaseless Discharge fell down, boy, that sure does look like a lava pit. Ugh. I will say that, like, this part of the area, Demon Ruins, really does have quite a nice feel to it. A little bit later, I'll have some less flattering words for these areas, but this part, as a whole, you really do get the feel of this sort of ruined civilization and all of these demons. So, I am quite a fan of that. Of course, I'm less of a fan of all those Capra demons that you can see over there. I think there's about 5 of them. And isn't this Kirk guy a bit familiar? Now, if I remember correctly, he spawns behind me. Very sneaky Kirk. Kirk is wearing armor that hurts you. But, like most things in this area... Holy cow, I did not realize he'd be giving us 26,000 souls. That's terrifying. We do get a spiked shield out of that. That's pretty cool. Let's check that out. Yeah, Demon Ruins is an area that you can do pretty much as soon as you get here. The lower areas will probably kick your ass, like right after you've hit the second bell, but it's not like, you know, all of these areas are designed to be the first area that you might come to, so with our gigantic Zweihander, we're actually pretty good shape. So let's see if we can find that spiked shield. Shield of the infamous Dark Wraith Kirk, Knight of Thorns. Covered with spikes, can be used as a weapon. Shark spikes cause heavy bleeding. So this is a shield. It's not great. You can see it's only got 48% stability, 90% physical reduction, that kind of thing. But you can hit people with it, and that's cool, right? Causes a lot of bleed if you look down at the aux effects. But, pretty sure I'm okay with our grass crest shield on our back here. That's an odd noise. Hello. So one Capra Demon's not so bad. As long as you can keep it at one Capra Demon. When you start aggroing several of them, it sort of has all the same problems as the Capra fight. Except instead of dogs, they're more Capra Demons. This is actually a kind of closed off space, not that different. Yeah, really, the massive hit stun on our Zweihander is the biggest asset that we have going for us against these guys. And against the Taurus Demons, too. You gonna attack me, maybe? There we go. Yeah, I mean, I could probably even take these guys on 2 at a time, but when I'm holding 30,000 souls on me, I'd kind of prefer not to. We do get a Demon Great. It's either machete, yeah, it's probably machete. I know how to spell the word machete, I just, you know, wasn't looking at it. Yeah, the nice thing we know here is that as long as we land a swing, we don't really have to worry about getting hit by them. Let's take out the last guy and then check out that sword that they gave us. There are actually a lot of demon weapons in this game because you can get basically the weapon of every demon that you face in the game. The Taurus demon drops his. The whatchamacallit guy, the Asylum Demon, I believe you can get his. There's a way to do that. And I like that. They're really all their own sort of thing. So once we start getting those, I'll definitely start considering them together. The Dreamin' Great Machete is the lesser Capra Demons use these great swords in pairs. The blade is cast iron and hooked. The sword is imbued with no particular magic, but for those who have the strength, its great weight will smash foes mercilessly. One thing that the demons always have, if you look at the weapon, the picture of the weapon itself, is that there's a sort of almost hair-like root system coming out of that. Maybe keep that in mind, because all the demon weapons do have that in common. But yeah, I do like that the Capra machetes really are just giant fuck-off swords. I think that's a really nice touch. We do see another fog door over there. Yeah, fair enough. We'll probably survive that, maybe. But yeah, Capra Demons don't give a shit. They will just smash you with their swords. They're certainly one of the more striking enemies in the game with that pose.